Hey everyone, so we're taking another look today at the Valeton GP-50, and today I'm going to try to focus on just the reverbs that we have in there. So only about 10 of them, and very similar to the delays which I covered last time. Really not a lot of variation on the controls for each of them. We've got mix and decay across the board for most of them, and trails, and then dampening on a few of those. But I'll still kind of like cover what we're actually taking a look at. But let's go ahead and get into these here. So I'm on my special YouTube setting here. Go all the way out to the end for reverbs. That's where they are by default. I've got it assigned to foot switch number 1. You know, I actually kind of just feel more comfortable about having it on foot switch 2. So let's put it there. I picture that being at the end of the chain. That's where I'm going to want to hit that. So the first one that we have is going to be air. And that is an airy reverb effect with natural decays, is what they say. And yeah, I'm using my LTD guitar. I'm tuned down a whole step, Mesa Boogie cab there, or amp and cab that I'm using. And let's just get into it. Mix at 30, decay at 50, dampening at 0, and the trails are currently off. So this is with nothing. This is with the reverb engaged. Let's turn up the mix. Let's turn up the decay. So like it says, it's supposed to be a natural decaying thing, so probably not going to get real extreme. Let's, with the stuff up, let's turn up the dampening though. So according to the controls, it says mix controls wet dry signal ratio. So that means being above 50, we probably have more of the reverb than of the dry sound. Decay controls the duration of reverb time. The dampens the effect high frequency amount, and then trails switches off. Switched effect trail on off when the effect is bypassed. Basically meaning if you turn it off, when you turn it off, it's going to stop immediately. Whereas if the trails are on, then you could say, I didn't get to do that right. The one doesn't seem to be long enough to really be making much of a difference. Let's turn the decay all the way up. Of course, you know what? It would make a difference if the effect was on. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, this one's not extreme enough. What if we turn the mix all the way up? This sounds like you're playing in a... Sounds like you're in a storage unit and someone's playing like way down the hallway. That's what it reminds me more of. Of course, that's way maxed out, and that's not the reverb you want to use if you're going for something real extreme. Like it says, it's trying to be natural. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Like I said, we only have about 10 of these to go through. The next one is room, and according to the manual, simulates a spacious... simulates the spaciousness of a room. You know, let's go ahead and dial up a clean amp that I could have here with this too. So if I dial this to Yeah, we'll save that and then turn that on. So let's do this. I'm going to put foot switch 1 to be the snapshot, or whatever, the snap tone stuff. And if I hit this, and that's something I haven't really pointed out, you know, these are really supposed to be just like one sound per thing, you know, but you have like the amp and cab settings, and then the snap tone, whenever you turn those on, it turns off the amps and cabs. So you really do have the ability to have 2 different sets of sounds in here, at least, you know, and more than that if you count the EQs. So here's clean. Back to the reverb here. This one just has mix, decay, and trail. Let's see if we turn the mix all the way up. As that kind of... You're pulling the dry signal pretty much out all together whenever you do this. Back down at least below 50% there. Let's bring the decay up. So that's where you want to maybe try having the trails on. So notice that, like that was a lot easier to tell. Like with this one, you don't get anything with that, but if I do this, you see the note still is kind of dying out there. Let's go ahead and keep moving to the next one. This is going to be hall, according to the manual. Simulates the spaciousness of a performance hall. So mix, decay, trail. Of course it has to be on. So that is the hall, pretty self-explanatory there. Next is church. Simulates the spaciousness of a church. So one of the bands that I play in called Oubliette, we have the church reverb setting for the Hall of Fame by TC Electronics. We have that pedal on like all the time. All 3 of us do. So having a church reverb on here is important. I feel like it's got mostly the same controls to it, but yeah, that would be important to have a setting like this if I was going to use this as kind of like an all-in-one rig, which would be kind of hard for their stuff. Yeah, anyway, I like the church setting there. I don't know if it matches up with the TC Electronics Hall of Fame, but you know, maybe I'll have to compare them at some point. yeah, let's keep moving here. So after church is plate L. Plate L simulates the sound character produced by a large plate reverberator. And mix, decay, trail, all the usual. Interesting. Large plate reverberator. That makes me feel like it's it's replicating something that's more of a piece of gear than something that's like the sound of a room or something. So that's pretty cool. I like the sound of it. I don't even really want to mess with the controls that much. It's, nothing fancy on any of these. Plate would be next. Just regular plate. Simulates the sound character produced by a vintage small plate reverberator. It's got a little bit of kind of like a springy feel to it. Keep moving to, this one actually is called Spring. Simulates the sound character produced by a vintage spring reverberator. Oh, I guess that last one, the plate, I didn't mention that it had the dampening effect too. It's set to about 50. Go all the way up. Versus all the way down. Yeah, a lot more kind of like extra bite on the reverb with the dampening all the way down. Cool. Yeah, now let's go back to that other one. So plate, spring, mix, decay, trail. And then, looks like we just have a couple left. N-Star, special tuned reverb effect with lush, bright decays. Let's see. So, mix, decay, trail, same effect, same knobs. Cool. Yeah, I like it. N-Star, next is Deepsea. I'm just stopping because I'm listening to the reverb on it there. Pretty nice. Mixed decay trail. Let's turn up the decay. Just goes on forever. It's pretty wild. Yeah. Let's see. Before I go on, I like to do all these in one shot, and I start to feel like I'm going out of tune a little bit, and you know, a good effect is going to make you play harder there, so it's reasonable that over 15-20 minutes you're going to go out of tune a little bit. Nothing against it. There we go. Better, at least. Let's see. So we were on Deepsea. So let's go to... Is this the last one? Yep, Sweet Space. Let's see, the last one too, Deepsea, says special tune reverb effect with huge deep decays, and this one, the Sweet Spaces, produces a modulated reverb effect with, that is lush and sweet. Kind of a little shimmery. Got a nice movement to it. Sound, you know, pretty decent thing. So, let's go ahead and talk about it for a minute there. Yeah, these reverbs are cool. Nothing special, nothing with like a lot of deep diving controls. If it doesn't sound great, you know, right away, there's not a lot to tweak to get it, you know, to change character that much. But there is some usable stuff there. The light stuff, you know, the first couple ones are kind of so-so, whatever. But once it starts like trying to do a little bit of work, it's not too bad. And even those ones towards the end that have kind of like that modulated, springy, you know, kind of extra stuff going on with it, they're not bad. They don't have a lot of controls to them like, you know, a fancier reverb unit or multi-effect might have, but, you know, still usable stuff and good to have on there. I don't know that any of them are good enough that I would want to purchase them just on their own, but they're certainly good to include with this. So far of the stuff that I've tried, the delays are all right, the reverbs are cool. The only thing that I didn't really like was the pitch effects in the pre-effects you know, category there, and that was just the pitch stuff that I've not been crazy about. Everything else I've really been enjoying, and yeah, I think it's really cool here. Let's go ahead and wrap it up for today. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll get to some of the distortions, amps, snap tones, and stuff like that here soon. So thank you again.